Ang math ay easy lang. Basta't alam mo kung paano sumunod sa mga rules and regulations nito. Ako po si Ma'am Carol, isang guro ng mathematics.
Hello mga kamath! Our video for today is the third part of Module 7, Triangle Trigonometry of Grade 9 Mathematics. The topic is about angle of elevation and angle of depression. What is the angle of elevation? By definition, the angle of elevation is the angle between a horizontal line and the line of sight to an object that is above the horizontal line. So, on our illustration here, dito sa kanan, we have here the observer. Nilagay natin yung kanyang mata para maipakita sa atin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng horizontal line, line of sight, position of the object, at saka yung angle of elevation. So, let's start here with the horizontal line. The horizontal line is this dotted line is when your eye is just looking straight. So, diretso lang yung tingin mo. Meron kang makikita dyan. So, that is your horizontal line. So, hindi mo pinapaling sa taas or sa baba yung iyong mata. So, diretso lang. Yun, makaka-form ka doon ng horizontal line. Now, if you are going to look at an object above the horizontal line, so nasa taas, kunyari, nasa baba ka, titingin ka dun sa prutas na nasa ibabaw or nasa taas ng puno. O kaya gusto mong tumingin sa isang lumilipad na saranggola. So, yung object nasa taas nung iyong horizontal line. So, pagka tiningnan mo yung object na nasa taas na yon, you create the line of sight. So, itong guhit na to, ito yung tinatawag na line of sight. So, pagka nagkaroon ka ng ganyang line of sight, the horizontal line and the line of sight creates an angle, and that's what you call the angle of elevation. So, again ang angle of elevation ay nabubuo kapag meron kang tinitingnan na object above the horizontal line. So, as an example, nakagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, so, kunyari yung prutas, o yung halimbawa, meron ka nakitang mangga noon na nakasabit doon sa puno ng mangga. So, mataas yon. So, titingin ka pataas. That creates an angle of elevation. What is the angle of depression? Definition, the angle of depression is the angle between a horizontal line from the observer and the line of sight to an object below the horizontal line. So, as opposed to the first definition, dito naman, yung bagay ay nasa ibaba nung horizontal line. So, parang tumutunghay ka pababa. Yung tao o yung observer ay nasa isang mataas na lugar at yung kanyang tinitingnan ay nasa baba. So, an example of which is, kunyari, nasa ibabaw ka ng tower. Tapos, tinitingnan mo yung mga tao sa baba. Or halimbawa ay nakasakay ka sa isang hot air balloon, tapos tinitingnan mo din yung mga objects dun sa baba, you create an angle of depression. So, this is your horizontal line, and ito yung object na tinitingnan mo, and this is your line of sight. That creates an angle, and that is the angle of depression. Now, as an exercise on the angle of elevation, so gagawa muna tayo ng isang particular example para malaman natin kung paano yung paggamit nito. Okay? So, here's the problem. A man who is 2 meters tall stands on a horizontal ground, 30 meters from a tree. The angle of elevation to the top of the tree from his eyes is 28 degrees. Estimate the height of the tree. So, kung ito lang muna yung titingnan natin, so ito yung mga sabi, meron daw mama o lalaki na ang taas niya ay 2 meters. Tapos, nakatayo siya sa isang horizontal ground na malayo sa isang puno at ang layo niya dun sa puno ay 30 meters. Now, pag tumingin siya dun sa taas or sa tuktok nung puno, of course, mas mataas yun sa kanya, di ba? It creates an angle of elevation from his eyes. So, take note kaya ganyan yan kasi nakatayo siya. So, yun. Estimated height niya 2 meters. Ito yung kanyang horizontal line. And this is the line of sight kasi tinitingnan niya yung pinakatuktok. And then the angle of elevation is 28 degrees. Okay? So, ngayon, paano siya sasagutin? So, again, let us take a look at the illustration here dito sa left side para ma-analyze natin na mabuti, okay? So, dun sa mga previous na pag-aaral natin, nag-aral tayo tungkol sa triangle, right triangle. Kasi yun yung lesson naman talaga natin, di ba? Triangle trigonometry. So, dito sa illustration na to, we have created a right triangle. This one is the 90-degree angle. The line of sight is actually the hypotenuse of the triangle. And this one, yung dotted line na black, yun yung opposite ng 28 degrees. And then this one is the adjacent side. And you would notice that from the problem, itong adjacent side is parallel or as the same length as dito din sa sinasabi natin na 30 meters na distance nung lalaki doon sa tree. Okay? Now, ang tanong sa atin ay gaano kalaki yung puno? Hindi naman tinatanong lang kung gaano kalaki yung opposite side, 'di ba? So, ibig sabihin nun, pag nakuha na natin yung height ng dotted line na to na black, we have to add the height of this man. Okay? So, yun yung analysis nun. So, here's the solution. So, given the height of the man, which is equal to h, 2 meters, the angle of elevation, which is theta, equals 28 degrees, and the horizontal distance A, which is equal to 30 meters. Ngayon, nilagay ko ng letter A yung horizontal distance na to. Yun yung nilagay ko na variable kasi katulad din naman siya. So, we call it the adjacent side, right? So, dapat tamain na natin yung pag-a-assign natin ng mga variables. So yung distance na to, siya yung A. And that is 30 meters. So, we are asked to find, una muna, we have to find the opposite side. Kasi ito yung triangle natin. At saka, this is a right triangle. So, we need to find the opposite side. But it's not yet the end of our computation. Kasi ang actual problem is we have to find the height of the tree. Okay? So, how do we solve that? Using the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA, we need to choose which of these three is applicable to our problem. So, kita mo, meron na tayo ditong adjacent side at saka yung opposite side. So, hindi naman pwede yung hindi pwede yung ka. So, ito na lang tawa yung gagamitin natin, di ba? And from the mnemonic, tangent of theta is equal to the side opposite over the side adjacent. Now, ito na siya. So, tangent of 28 degrees, pasok na natin yung values. So, yung opposite, hindi natin alam, di ba? So, this is O. And then, yung adjacent natin ay 30. Now, if you're going to use the calculator, the tangent of 28 degrees is 0.5317. This is already rounded off dito sa ika-apat na decimal place. Okay? Because we are going to substitute this value dito sa tangent ng 28 degrees. Having that, okay, so, and also, as we did from the previous video na pagka na opposite yung nawawala, we transfer all numbers or constants on the other side of the equation, leading the variable opposite side na nag-iisa dun sa right side. So, by cross multiplication, yung value ng tangent ng 28 degrees ay i-multiply mo sa 30. And we have the side opposite. And that would be equal to 15.951 meters. So as I've told you, hindi pa tapos yung ating problem because we're not only looking for the opposite side, but we're actually looking for the height of the tree. So the height of the tree is equal to the side opposite plus yung height ng man, which is h. Okay? So ito yung formula niya. So what we do is yung 15.951 meters natin, add natin yung height ni nung lalaki na 2, leading us to the total of 17.951 meters. And if we are asked to round it off to the nearest meter, so, di ba, dapat ito lang, wala tayong decimal. And since this is 9, we have to add 1. Kaya yung estimated height of the tree is 18 meters. Yan. So, ganyan yung application ng angle of elevation. So, hindi lang ito yung basta solvein mo. You have to analyze the problem carefully by taking into account all the given na yung binigay sa'yo. So, hindi lang basta-basta yun. Okay? So, let's have another exercise. This time, it's about the angle of depression. So, ito naman sabi ko, di ba, kanina, pag angle of depression, yung tao nasa isang elevated position, tapos yung tinitingnan niya yung mababa sa kanya. So, ito yung sabi, if a man is just about to ski down on a steep mountain, he estimates the angle of depression from where he is now to the flag at the bottom of the course to be 24 degrees. He knows that he is 800 feet higher than the base of the course. How long is the path that he will ski? And we have to round it to the nearest foot. So, bali, yung nag-i-ski, nandito siya sa taas nung hill, papunta siya sa baba, tapos nakatingin siya dun sa flag na pupuntahan niya. Now, ito yung yung diretso. This is the horizontal line. And ang line of sight niya ay itong diagonal na to. Now, the angle of depression is this. Huwag kang magkakamali na itong kabila. No. Yung taas yung horizontal, ito yung line of sight. The angle of depression is this one, not the other side. Ito yan 24 degrees. Okay? So again, you have a right triangle kasi ito right angle. Tapos pabaliktad naman siya sa opposite siya nung kabila. So ang hinahanap natin ay itong distansya na to. So it's actually the same as the hypotenuse. Now, yung sabi kanina na 800 feet higher, so ito yon yung position niya pababa. So this time, the difference between this problem to the other problem is, kanina, we took into account yung height nung tao. But this one, hindi siya given. So, hindi na natin siya kailangang i-add pa. So, kasi estimated lang naman. So, kunyari, yun na lang yun. Disregarded yung kanyang height. So, ito lang yung kukunin natin. So, this is 800 feet. And take note that this distance is the same distance as this. Okay? So, that would be the opposite side. At ang nawawala ay yung hypotenuse. So let us now answer the exercise on the angle of depression. So here, nilagay na natin yung mga values. So we got 24 degrees as the angle of depression. Yung yung taas ng position ng tao dun sa base of the cliff is 800 feet, which is actually the same as the side opposite. Ganito din siya. So they are congruent. And then the one that was asked to solve ay yung path o yung length ng path or yung P or pag ginamit natin yung word, technical word na ginagamit natin dito sa line na to, that's the hypotenuse of the triangle. So, ito yung mga given natin. Start with the angle of depression theta, which is 24 degrees. Tsaka yung height of the cliff, which is 800 feet. So, we are asked to find P, which is the length of the path. At again, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, technically speaking, that is the hypotenuse of the triangle. So again, we are going to use the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA para ma-solve natin siya. So take note, we have here, nilagyan ko ng red yung SO because yung O na opposite is already given, 800 feet. Yung hypotenuse, yun yung hindi natin alam. And then we have sine of theta at yung theta naman natin given, which is 24 degrees. So that's what we're going to use. So substituting the values, we have sine of 24 degrees is equal to 800 feet over P. Ito yung length of path. So dito, dahil yung variable natin ay may kasama na 800 feet, magko-cross multiplication ulit tayo. This time, we will exchange the position of P to sine of 24 degrees. So, ililipat natin yung P doon sa taas at yung sine of 24, lalagay natin doon sa ilalim. Oh, this line now, naipalit na natin siya and we already computed using the calculator yung sine ng 24, which is 0.4067, rounded off to the 4th decimal place. So, of course, i-divide na lang natin yan using the calculator and we have P is equal to 1,967.0519. And since ang sabi sa atin kanina ay we have to round it off to the nearest foot, so puputulin natin yan dito. Since 0 yung kasunod niya, we just have to drop everything. So our final answer is 1,967 feet. So ganun kalayo yung path na to simula dun sa itaas. So that ends our exercise on angle of depression, and that also ends our video. So thank you very much for watching and God bless.
Huwag niyo pong kalimutan na mag-like, subscribe, and share ng video ito. At kung meron pa po kayong mga gustong itanong o mga topics na dapat na i-discuss ko, please comment down below.